Hey y'all, so AEW Dynasty is coming up, and I wanted to give my predictions. And also, yes, I am in bed, but yeah. So let's start with this one. I think that Kenny Omega is going to win in the matches Ricochet, Kenny Omega, and Speedball Bailey. And I just feel like Kenny is going to win, but it's going to be a good match because Ricochet and Kenny, I've seen, are very good wrestlers, and I've seen bits and pieces of Speedball wrestle, and he's pretty good, so it's going to be a good match. Then we have Chris Jericho versus Bandito. I think Bandito wins because I know there's a big thing in Luchador where if you lose your mask, you basically lose your identity. And I don't know. I think Bandito's going to win. But yeah, I feel kind of confirmed for that. Then we have the Hurt Syndicate versus Big Bill and Brian Keith. I think the Hurt Syndicate is going to win because it just makes sense. And the Hurt Syndicate are kind of like in a storyline right now. With MJF, and I feel like it would be odd for them to lose like right around the time that MJF is trying to get into it. So yeah. Then we have Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight. I think Will Ospreay is gonna win. Kevin Knight just got into AEW, and I feel like it would be a bit odd for him to like win. I don't know. I think the match is gonna be pretty good. I've heard good things about Kevin Knight. I've only seen him wrestle once, and it was like on an AEW Collision match, and then previous, I think he was AEW Dynamite. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a pretty good match. Then we have Mercedes Moné versus Julia Hart. Obviously, I feel like Mercedes Moné is going to win because then if Mercedes wins, then we're a little bit closer to Mercedes versus Athena. And I think that would be pretty good. But I think the match is going to be pretty good. I like Julia Hart as well. And Mercedes Moné has been doing really well in AEW. Gonna have to move over here so that I gotta point this way. We have Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe. I think Kyle wins. He's been a beast for the last couple of days. Oh, I'm disappeared. Before I disappeared, Kyle has been pretty good as of recent, and Mark Briscoe is good as well, but I feel like Kyle Fletcher's going to move on further into the own heart. So then we have Death Riders versus Rated FTR, and I think the Death Riders are going to win. Maybe they might cheat, I think they might cheat to win, but I do know that once the Death Riders win, either Dax or Cash is going to beat up Edge right after. Kind of like this, you know? Honestly, this is probably still one of my favorite moments from Dominic Mysterio. It was just fun. Alright, and then we have Daniel Garcia versus Adam Cole. I think Adam Cole, this was one of the matches that I wasn't sure who was going to win, to be honest. Either or could be good, but I know there's a promo on Collision where Adam was like, you're not ready to be a champion, or you're not championship material, even though Daniel Garcia, whatever. But I think Adam Cole is going to, I think he might win, but either or I'm okay with. And then what I think is probably going to be my favorite match, mostly because I like Toni Storm. And I've seen Megan Bayne wrestle, and she seems like a very big powerhouse. So it is Toni Storm versus Megan Bayne for the AEW Women's Championship. I still think Toni Storm is going to win, mostly because she just won the title. And I feel like it would be a bit silly for her to just lose it, especially after her big match against Mariah May. So, yeah. But I would be very surprised if Megan Bayne wins, especially because she just came in. So, I don't know. And then we've got Jon Moxley versus Swerve Strickland for the AEW Men's Championship. And I think Jon Moxley wins. A lot of people think that Swerve's going to win, and I would be very surprised. And I wouldn't be like, oh man, that stinks. I would be like, yay, congrats. But I think Jon Moxley wins either with some interference with either Marina or the other Death Riders. But yeah, that's who I think. I think Jon Moxley's gonna win because they're gonna extend it to All In, and the Death Riders meddling with stuff. So yeah. But yeah, that's who I think is going to be winning in AEW Dynasty. What do y'all think? Who do y'all think is gonna win? And yeah, it's gonna be pretty good pay-per-view.